Outro vídeo para ti hoy. Este es Aaron con NetComputers.com. Outro vídeo para ti hoy. As I fuck with the goddamn camera again. I do not like Microsoft and their built-in wireless manager. I've never liked it. The default, I don't like a lot of the Wi-Fi managers with these operating systems, and that includes Mac, Linux, and Windows. Actually, Linux's network manager to me is even worse than Microslop's built-in Wi-Fi manager. I found one on Windows that I think it seems faster, less bloated, and I can also manage multiple networks that have the same SSID, service set identifier. That's a big problem. So I'm going to show you on my Windows 7 machine. I'm going to install it for you, and if you want additional information, it's in my blog post for NetSetMan. NetSetMan. It's a free tool, a Wi-Fi manager. So here's their web page, Wi-Fi manager for Windows. It displays the wireless routers, and you can find out what the MAC address is so that you can connect fucking goddamn loud ass vehicles behind me. So you can connect directly to a specific wireless router by MAC address. Now I think that's only available in the Pro version. So I'm going to download it because I just re-imaged this Windows 7 machine. And so it supports, you know what, I can go to my blog post really quick and make sure I go over most of the details. Okay, blah 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 blah. It supports Windows XP, Vista 7, 8, and 10, both x86 32-bit, x64 64-bit. It's freeware, meaning they don't want you to use it for commercial purposes. If you use it at your job or company business, then you're supposed to buy the Pro license. Although I think only the Pro version allows you to connect by a MAC address, which allows you to connect to a specific wireless router. Windows allegedly connects you to the Wi-Fi device, the access point, the hotspot with the best signal, but that is debatable. But it's supposed to. However, if you're in an environment with multiple wireless routers with the same SSID, they don't all act the same. You'll connect to one router and it's slow as fuck, or the upload speed is horrible but the download speed is okay, and you're trying to stream on the internet. Anything else, you can connect via MAC address. You have to have a wireless profile, and that's I think only available in the professional version, but I still use the free version because I prefer it. Okay, so let's get to installing it. You can check out my blog post at NetComputers.com with all the details, and I link directly to the web page for NetSetMan. It's an alternative Wi-Fi manager for Windows XP, Vista 7, 8, 10. So you just click on the download NetSetMan. It's only a 4 megabyte file, so it's pretty small. I don't have blazing fast internet, and I'm also connected via Wi-Fi. Okay, it's done. So we'll go to the downloads. And there it is. So just double click, click run, say yes at the user account control, say yes, choose your language. Mine's English. If you don't speak English, you would change that to something else, or if you want, you know, the language set to something else. Choose accept the agreement. I never ever read license agreements. I'm going to install NetSetMan. You can extract the files. Program files will be copied to a folder for portable use. portable use. Now this is a theme on, this is a pattern I've noticed. A lot of the even free software like CCleaner, they are now creating portable versions, which is excellent. So you can run this portable. But I'm going to just install the files. Click next. Next. You can change that name, but I never fuck with anything. I just click install. Okay. Now it takes you to this page. I'm not sure why. Okay, well, alright. Alright, I've used this before. We can close that. Click finish, and then launch NetSetMan. Now, compact mode, non-commercial freeware, no settings to change. Let's see, IP set one, let's see, activate. No network adapter selected, so I think, here we go. So you need to select your wireless network adapter, and then click activate. Profile. Okay, oh, there it is. Now I want to go to the NetSet. This is what I do. I usually right click here, and then I choose the top one, NSM Wi-Fi management, and now it's going to scan. Now these are all the Wi-Fi, the wireless routers local to me. But you notice there's multiple Xfinity. With this is the Windows, this is the Microsoft. Look, there's only one. But I know for a fact there's multiple Xfinity Wi-Fi. Or if you're in a corporate environment, or if you're in an environment with multiple wireless routers with the same broadcasted SSID. Well, you can't connect with Windows. You cannot connect to a specific one. There is no option that I'm aware of. It's impossible. It only connects allegedly to the one with the best signal. But that doesn't, just because it has the best signal doesn't mean that it's not inundated with traffic. There could be a lot of people using that Wi-Fi router, that Wi-Fi access point, and that will slow it to a crawl. Whereas you could pick one that might have a weaker signal but less users and therefore faster internet browsing for you. So I'm going to, and then if you click on refresh, it will rescan, and now I'm going to choose this one. But if you hover, you notice how you hover over it, you can see the MAC address. Now I think it's only, I'm not going to waste your time. I think it's only available with the professional version. I think I tried it once before. You have to create a profile with this tool, and then I showed you how, then you connect via MAC address. But I tried it once and I couldn't figure it out, and then I went to their website because I had to re-image this computer, and then I'm pretty certain if it's only available with the pro version. If it's available with the free version, I will make a separate video showing you how to use that feature. And then I'm going to demonstrate. You just highlight it, click connect, and then it tells you cannot connect because this network does not have a profile. Do you want to create a profile? Say yes. And then there's some options here. You can connect when this network is in range. You can also connect even if the network is not broadcasting. You may not know this, but you can set your wireless router to not broadcast the SSID, but it's still functional. That is a security tip. I'm not a wireless expert, but I've used wireless routers for many years, and I learned that tip over a decade ago. One quick tip is to not broadcast your SSID, which is the name of the router, the broadcast address. This is the SSIDs right here. That's the SSID. You can hide that. However, it's not 100%, but some people don't know that. Now you can get a scanner, you can get a Wi-Fi scanner, but that is a quick tip, is do not broadcast your SSID. and a lot of people won't even know. They won't see your router. People like myself and others that have more knowledge will obviously get out a scanner, or they'll use a tool like this, or Wi-Fi scanners are easy to get. You can connect even if the network is not broadcasting. That what they mean by that is the SSID. And then you can also choose computer to computer, and then you can choose the authentication type. You shared, open, WPA, WPA PSK, WPA2, WPA2 PSK. The encryption, you can change that. I think when you change the authentication, then yep, you can choose the encryption type, and then the security key, which is just the password. This is an open Wi-Fi network, and I'm going to just demonstrate. And then I'm going to click save. Now on the left hand side it's going to save a profile. In order to connect by MAC address, but I think it's only available in the Pro version, you must have a profile. Now I have a profile, and then I'm going to click OK. And then let me go back here and choose that router, and then I'm going to click connect. Now you notice how, okay, now it's connected. Now I'm using this tool. Now it's still caveat emptor. Windows Network Manager still shows, but really what you're doing is you're using NSM Wi-Fi Connect. Because look at the disconnect button. And here's where you can copy the SSID, and you can copy the MAC. By copying the MAC address, then I think with the Pro version, but I'm not sure, I think it's with the Pro version, you can connect to a specific wireless router by MAC address, so that every time you connect, it connects to the Wi-Fi router of choice. You know what I'm saying? Believe it or not, just because generally a wireless router with the strongest signal is generally, not always, but that's what you want. But like I said before, the Wi-Fi router with the strongest signal might have the most traffic. It might have the most users. Whereas you could connect to a Wi-Fi router with maybe four bars and stuff. Wi-Fi signal is by percentage. My Wi-Fi signal isn't the best. That's why it says 86%. But you could have one that's 100%, and you could have one that's 90%. And it's possible that the one with the 100% signal has too many users on it, and it's going to be slow. Whereas if you connect to the wireless router with 90% signal rate, you might have better internet access. I'm being serious. That's why I looked for this tool. Plus, I don't like the built-in Windows. Now Windows is using this software, and I've noticed a little bit of a speed increase. Windows it can be bloaty, and just because Microsoft builds these default integrated tools doesn't mean they're the best. They might use a lot of resources. There might be a lot of overhead. Anything else now I can show you. You just select it. It tells you, look at what it tells you. It tells you the signal quality. It tells you the channel that it's using. It tells you the decibel, and it tells you the MAC address. And then you can just disconnect. And notice down here, I'm not connected now. If you notice down in the lower right hand corner, I can't zoom in for you, otherwise I would. If you notice down in the lower right hand corner on my network connection, there's a yellow exclamation point. That tells me that this program is now my Wi-Fi manager and not the built-in Windows. But to troubleshoot, you can go ahead and use Windows. You can still use Windows, but then you just go back in the software that loads up at boot, and it's in your task manager area, lower right hand corner. And then now I can connect again, and it connects pretty quick, and that's it. And then I will demonstrate with this tool that I can now surf the internet, and I can even go to my web page just to show you. I would have to perform some benchmarking tools, but just with my eyes, I think this tool is It's debatable, but I think it's a little bit faster. It could be just because this tool doesn't use as many resources. It could be that the built-in Windows Wi-Fi manager has some overhead, the code itself. But I swear, when I started using this tool, I noticed my web surfing was a little bit quicker. But I would, in order for me to, I can already hear it. I don't fucking care what your opinion is. I don't want to hear it. Oh my God, Aaron, how dare you not use the built-in Windows Wi-Fi manager? It's the best. I don't want to hear that bullshit. This tool has different productive possibilities for you. I would need to find some Wi-Fi benchmarking tools, and as a matter of fact, I will put that on my to-do list. I will find some benchmarking tools for Wi-Fi managers, and I will run benchmarking tests when I use Microsoft's built-in wireless manager, and I will run benchmarking tools when I'm connected to a wireless router with NetSetManager's Wi-Fi management tool. I prefer this one. I like it. No problems. It never crashes. It could be the lack of memory, and I'm using Windows 7 on a quad core, but once in a while I notice it was sluggish a little bit. But that could be I had to rebuild this computer, so that could have just been that, or you know what I'm saying. But it never crashes. It never loses my profiles. I just don't have problems with this application. Now, quickly, there's the NSM tools. You just hover over this or right click this to get to this menu. There's NSM tools. There's a console. You can ping, you can trace route, you can NS lookup, you can netstat, you can IP config, and run. You can run these separate commands. What else? Here you can do it. We can do a ping, and then how about we'll just google.com. So it's got some additional tools for you. This is always a good one, NS lookup. That will tell you, it'll tell you what your DNS server is, and it'll tell you how long it took. Alright, what else? Adapter details. This will give you more, this to me gives you more information about the hardware you have too. Look at all this information that you have access to now. Now, Windows does have a lot of this information, but what is it? If Windows, let's see, you right click here, or you just click it and then go to the properties. There's one bit of information that, no, it's not that. Let's see where, let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, status. It tells you the speed, but I think it's the gateway. Is it the gateway? I think there's certain network properties. If you do an IP config in a command prompt, we can go to a command prompt. This is kind of overdrive. I'm on overdrive now. I showed you how to install the software. I showed you where to get it. I went over blah blah blah. I demonstrated it. Blah blah blah. I described the connecting via MAC address. If you do a IP config /all, if you notice, it does not tell you the. Is it the gate? Let me think. It doesn't tell you the network. Now, if you want to manually connect to, especially on Linux, you need to know the DNS servers, you need to know the gateway, you need to know the network. This only shows you the IP address, it shows you the subnet mask, it shows you the default gateway, but it doesn't tell you the network that you're connected on. So it shows you the DHCP server, the default gateway, the IP address, but it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? So Windows doesn't show you everything, because if you have ever used Linux, you can find all the details about your network connection. So that's one thing. Another problem I don't like with Microsoft Windows, it leaves out a little bit of information in the details of the network I'm connecting to, which if I wanted to connect manually, that would be a problem. or if I wanted to set a static IP address. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so enough with that. Anything else? Network, it has a scanner. You can scan your network with this tool. What else? Let's see, there's another menu option. There's NSM system settings, display mode. There's all kinds of information that tells you about the Windows firewall. You can activate it, deactivate it. So there's additional information that you can change with this tool, which is kind of, it's amazing. It's like, not only is it a Wi-Fi tool, but it's got these other tools too. My clock is off, I think. Or no, it fixed itself overnight. Windows locations. Now, and then with this tool, you can get to these other tools. You can get to the Windows control panel. This is amazing. It's like, I mean, not only do you get this free Wi-Fi manager tool, but then they even link to other parts of Windows operating system for you to make it quicker. And then these, I think, are different profiles. You can set multiple profiles, which I haven't really messed with, but that could be very productive for you. Maybe you have multiple wireless routers in at your home or business, and you use different ones. Maybe you know, for whatever reason, you got different wireless routers. You can set different profiles. So, all right. So that is my demonstration of NetSetMan. I've used this for over a year now. This is my preferred Microsoft Windows Wi-Fi manager. I no longer use the built-in one, except for every once in a while. I almost never use it now. Almost never. I never connect anymore. Almost never. Maybe I just don't do it. There's no need for it. I've got NetSetMan, which works just fine. It runs at boot up. Never had a problem with it. I can connect now with the Pro. I think only the Pro version. And then that's another video I need to make. I also use NetSetMan with acrylic DNS cache for Windows. That might be my next video today. I'm not sure. Adios.